Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Empire Total War with the American Civil War mod. Last time around we managed to take Sioux Falls, however we're not entirely sure how long we will be able to hold on to it. The army is quite depleted in this region, there's quite a lot of enemy forces, and a rebellion is brewing in among the 10,000 populace, which seems to be 100% Indian, or at least they worship animal gods. With that said, this time around I'm going to go ahead and attack the outskirts of New York, with attacking Niagara, West New York, and taking that, and hopefully we'll also be able to end turn and forward Beauregard towards taking back St. Louis. Once St. Louis is taken back, the plan is to get a truce with the United States, hopefully pushing all their smaller forces up north, and will basically bottle them up all up here, and that will give me time to bring up the armies, and then hopefully I can smash them once and for all, possibly giving back the Upper Canada to Great Britain, since they're a bit unhappy with me at this point. But I think the unhappiness that we noticed in the last video stems from oh, there's a Oki the First is commander of the British. It seems that most of it is territorial expansion, so maybe just some gifts would turn them around. I think Great Britain is the only one that even, I mean, Great Britain and Mexico are the only ones that could put armies against me. And I don't think their armies are that strong. If we go back, I think it says they're feeble. The power is terrifying, and the wealth is rich. I doubt that. Mexico, mighty and destitute. That's more like it. How does Mexico not have any money? They only have 2 regions though, so. But they should, I mean, they have gold mines. I know when I did the test play, they have silver mines. They have silver mine, they have a gold mine, they have a silver mine, 2 silver mines and 1 gold mine. And then I think they've got more silver mine down here, sugar plantations. So I don't know what Mexico is doing, but clearly it's all corruption or something like that. They haven't built up this town, which clearly, I mean, at some point we have to invade Mexico. And why did I say it like that? I said it with a Swedish accent. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and attack. Or maybe I can demand surrender. They refuse to surrender. Well then we have to kill them. The outskirts of New York lay before us, Niagara, West New York, and let's quickly go over the troops under the command of General Jackson. Fortunately, is no modded general like in the better version. However, let's go through it. So I put my dragoons, or the Vendette cavalry, on the left, followed by 24 howitzer, and then we've got the Irish brigade, which is 2 Irish and 1 unit of Zouave. So we got 2 Irish regiments, the 55th and the 56th. Then we've got 1 unit of sharpshooters, the 54th. And then we have the Zouave brigade, only made up of Zouave units. And then on the furthest right we have the Louisiana Zouave brigade. So a lot of Zouaves in Jackson's army. With that said, let's go ahead and start this battle, shall we? So I was hoping for the enemy to have most of the troops in town, which they seem like they do. Not entirely sure why they've spread out their forces like that. But the Louisiana Zouaves will take on the Union Zouaves. The Zouaves will advance, and the Irish brigade will advance, and the sharpshooters will advance. We'll keep the cavalry in the back for now, and then let the artillery rip through the few enemy units. I'm not entirely sure. Why are they hiding all over the place like this? Ah! Reinforcements. I forgot about that. Maybe it's not that good, then we leave the hill then. The Louisiana Zouaves will move back. And we'll order the No, this is the Zouaves. The Zouaves to come like so, and then sweep through the valley. And then I want all the artillery to focus in on this unit, the 23rd, and stop them from attacking the Zouaves in their flank. And then we'll have the Irish be the one that moves through town, takes out those units. Okay, the Louisiana Zouaves will now halt and form line. Texas Rangers will be set up here, prepared to move downhill and charge the enemy. Right, the artillery will concentrate fire over there and concentrate on that cavalry unit. Zouaves will hold immediately, and I can see one of my Louisiana Zouaves is under fire already. So we'll order them to run into position. And the Union Vedette and state militia is moving in. Ooh, shit. The lots of team kills here by the Irish Brigade, shooting down the sharpshooters. And looks like the cavalry is going to tangle with the Irish Brigade. Oh, did I order the cannons? No, 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 no. Hold, fire. Ooh. Oof. Only 1-2 shots landed there. The rest of them I was able to redirect, which is good. Jeez, that could have gone really bad. We've got an enemy unit coming in there, so the Zouaves will hurry to get in position to attack that unit. The 2 Irish units will move forward with the sharpshooters. How's it going over here for the Louisiana Zouaves? Well, it's they're holding their position right now, but I think we have to call on the Texas Rangers to sweep through, and then we might want to order one of the 24-pounders to concentrate on this Union infantry right over here. Well, the Zouave unit is actually taking quite the beating of the volunteer unit. I guess they got a heads up on firing on them. We'll actually tell them to retreat into the house, and we'll have one of the Irish units put up in the fence behind to aid them, while this one moves into the flank of the volunteers over here. Texas Rangers are moved down. They will make ready to sweep into the flank of the Union. Got a really nice artillery shot there. For some reason these units have stopped firing. Could be possible that they're preparing to face the Texas Rangers, which are attacking now. You know what? Focusing on this one. Try not to shoot my own cavalry. It would have been nice if we could hit this Zouave unit in, which is basically in a kind of a block formation there. Looks like the Texas Rangers, they've been able to break this one, which wasn't actually in kind of their way. Let's have the Louisiana Zouave Brigade move up, and then have the Texas Rangers move off, as they cannot break the enemy units on their own. Especially now when this volunteer unit has turned around and opened fire on the cavalry. Can I get like one cannon to fire on this unit while it's still in kind of a square? How's it going over on this side? The house is holding on. However, this volunteer unit seems to have... I mean, it gets the upper hand on the Irish unit as well. The Irish unit will retreat and regroup. I mean, you have a perfect angle to fire on them, so blast them to hell. Ooh, this one's firing for that square. Get me one shell in the middle of this mess, and I'll make you a general. Come on. Blast them to bits. Oh, this thinks it can go against the Rangers on their own. The 37th pulling back, meaning these two can move up. And then we've got these two can move up, and the Irish can move up. You know what? The Irish probably needs to stay with the other Irish regiments. Ooh, we got a hit. We got a hit. And it probably killed their general. And it's forcing them to retreat. However, we didn't get to see it. But you know what? In the end, my end screen, I'll make sure that we put that in there. Let's see. They're out of range now, so it's all over now as I send in the Texas Rangers. And the rest of the regiments will sweep up, and I guess the sustained fire of the howitzer at that close range was enough to break these guys. But Jesus Christ, the Irish did not do well here. The Irish and that Suave unit. Right, get the Irish in line there with the Suaves moving over there. Not entirely sure how bloody Union volunteer infantry. I guess the ground they're held was so good that, yeah, well, they held the upper hand, or the upper ground. The upper ground, they had the, yeah, the high ground is what they had. And it's all ogre for the Suaves. And the other unit as Terry's Texas Rangers cuts them down. And there's a few remnants. Most of the units didn't actually do too well, but I don't know why, because these, or all these brigades have, well, not all of them, but most of them have really good reload rate. Or not reload rate. Oh, they God damn it, those guys are back. It's too late to say sorry now. So we're forced to charge in. I missed the fact that these guys rallied. Oh God, someone shoot that trumpeter! And then they, one more Irish about to charge in. Volunteers are done for. The charge was successful. Now capture them, boys! Capture them! I think they had enough. So let's go ahead and form into lines. Prepare to advance on the last militia unit, which is facing the wrong way. Wonderful. Just the way we like it. The brigade will advance. The Irish brigade will advance. Take on the enemy. While we have Suave brigade plus sharpshooter moving in from the flank. With even more Suaves. And the Louisiana Suaves coming up in the rear. Texas Rangers absolutely slaughtered the enemy. Rode down tons of them to the point where some are so shocked they can't even leave the battlefield. And yeah. Ooh, there's where I got that one artillery hit, smashing them. Not as good though as the artillery hits they got at me on that river crossing battle as I crossed the bridge. Let's go ahead and speed this up, shall we? So we get in line. Oh, we're even firing from this distance. Oh, they're firing at retreating troops. I think we'll have this one be the one that first contacts them. So they'll split off the wall. Then we'll have this one go in. And there we have it. We're not going to be able to get a good shot beyond this point. So they will line up like so. While we have the sharpshooter unit coming in from over here. And the Suaves will be ready to move into the forest. Now get in position. Right, the enemy is reacting and is moving to counter our movements. Get the riflemen up there. Not the riflemen, the sharpshooters. And then advance. The Suave Brigade with the Louisianans close behind. Oh, they're moving directly to... I don't know what they're doing. Put yourself next to the cabin. The troops are opening fire from behind cover. It's pretty good cover as well, especially down here. And soon they'll get some flank fire and some really accurate fire from the sharpshooters. When it comes to flank fire, you know what? The sharpshooters even have to get a bit closer. And rather quickly, the enemy's state militia unit is cut to pieces. I'll fight for Uncle Sam. But clearly they're outgunned at this point. But I guess it's some kind of rear action by the... Are you shooting? It looks like... It looked as though this one wasn't shooting. They lost half their unit and they're now retreating. I'm not entirely sure how many the Irish lost, but clearly nowhere near what these guys lost. And so the outskirts of New York have been secured by General Jackson. And the volunteers, they put up a good fight. But clearly they couldn't handle that many troops firing on them. So let's go back and take a look at the statistics and see as we capture the outskirts of New York. And here we have the statistics. So we deployed 3,000, they deployed 2,400. We lost 800 men, they lost more or less everyone, only 87 remain out of their force. I imagine that the highest kills... Wait, how did Jackson manage to get 20 kills? What did he do? The Texas Rangers are the ones that kill the most, obviously, as this one killed 300 and the other one killed 256. Then I think the blank ones are... must be the Irish. It's the Irish and the sharpshooter. So this is the sharpshooter. No, this is one of the Irish. This is the other Irish, I believe. And then this is the sharpshooter. So the Irish did pretty well. The Irish was one of the highest, or the highest infantry one. The in-depth cavalry also managed to, I guess, retreating Union troops ran into my stationary units that hadn't moved for the entire match, and somehow they managed to run straight into them, so they really deserve what they got. And there we have it. And it's a encampment, so that's a nice capture. We also got some... Oh, they haven't even built this up. Or maybe they torched it before we got to it. This fur trader. And I don't think they haven't built up the farm either. So I guess they're spending everything on troops at this point. We can recruit some regular infantry if we had enough. There's a limit of 14. But this is good. This is very good. And at some point we'll be able to recruit troops here also. But as I already stated, we might actually turn this one over to the Brits. They have a college over here. Right, that's this for this episode. I'm gonna go ahead and end turn, see what the enemy comes up with, and then hopefully next video we'll be able to strike at St. Louis. It's probably gonna happen a lot of stuff in between here, as there's a lot of Union troops. I mean, we can see the troop concentration over here, especially around New York. I wonder why they made Albany the capital and not central New York. Or why they probably should have moved it maybe even further away after they lost Philadelphia, to move it back all the way to Boston as the last capital point. With that said, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!